No, the most important thing to say is what extraordinary privilege and an amazing experience it's been to be here now in the springtime with these flowers, with in a way this sense of renewal. And the renewal is a total surprise to me. I came in the summer last year and it was a barren, hot rock in the middle of a blue sea. Now it's a carpet of flowers, and the flowers and the sculptures have come at the same time. So this invitation to look again at the human past in contemporary time has come, with this renewal of nature that I never expected. And they say there are more flowers here than have been for the last 22 years. So I feel very blessed, very lucky.
So, which was the challenge here? To speak about the old, to speak about the new, to bring a dialogue between the antiquities and your works?
Yeah, sure. It's a form of conversation, but not reconstruction. I would never wanted to sort of put my work in the place of a sacred statue of Apollo, for example, but simply to say, here is a place that is inscribed with maybe 1,000 years of building, and even before that, the early farmers were here. And I guess just to make a kind of acupuncture of the site and think about what kind of needle and where the needle needs to go in order to reanimate thinking, our thinking. And the way my work works is not idealization. It's not even the picture of an action. It's certainly not a portrait. It's simply indicating a human place in space at large, using the silence and stillness of sculpture to be a place where the viewer can project their thoughts and feelings. Sculpture can give us an opportunity to escape from mechanical time, from the iPhone time, from busyness time. And this place is a place that stands outside of time already. And this is a gift. And for me, I have learned a lot from doing this experiment. It's an experiment about what can art do? Who can it be for? How can it be shared? And I mean, those are open questions. We live in a time in which art has become institutionalized, commodified, and in a way made into a specialization. At the time when Delos was at its height, art was everywhere and part of everyday life. I would like it to be so again.
So this exhibition, this site-specific installation is a chance, an opportunity for contemplation.
Yes, and I think contemplation of big things like what is the human project? How have things changed? Identity in the time of Delos' heyday was distinct from nature. We are now nearly 10 million human beings. Our species has proliferated. We can no longer see ourselves in opposition to nature, but as part of nature. And I think art is a tool for realizing that, or anyway, taking us to another level of consciousness. We were dominated by the Industrial Revolution and the idea of this possibility of mass production. But I think the next stage is somehow to find a sustainable way of living and asking what is a human being as part of the biosphere as a whole, because we realize that we're not going anywhere else. Our bodies can't travel at the speed of light. We're not going to find a new home on another planet. This is our home. And in order to survive, we have to survive with the rest of living creatures. So what is a human being? Well, a human being is a natural animal, and in spite of our brains and in spite of our technology, we have to realize our nature.
For you, what has changed from when you see this project is completed now? What do you feel about that, and what has changed for you seeing all your sculptures surrounded with antiquities here? And what's the feeling of all this project for you?
No, you say the project is completed. The project hasn't even begun. I mean, the project is the meeting of these inert lumps of iron that happen to have some reference to human being, meeting living human beings, because there is no work until the work is seen, until it is, in a way, a conversation happens between it, the place, and the visitor. And this is the experiment. The experiment is there is no already given meaning to these works. The meaning has to come viewer by viewer, subject by subject, working and listening and looking at the work and themselves in relation to the work. The subject is in the viewer, not in the work. And so the experiment is what will happen in the next months until the end of October, when these things are removed. And that's exciting, because this isn't an exhibition like inside a museum or, in a way, an installation in the middle of a town. There's another thing, a context in which geological time and human time are very present. And in many ways, the visitors that come here, they're not looking for contemporary art. They're looking for maybe escape from the madness of Mykonos. But when they get here, I think already you sense this feeling of peace, of openness, of the light, the sound of the birds, the beauty of the flowers, and then within all of that, then there's an opportunity to think again, what is a man? What is a human being? What kind of future are we making for ourselves and all living things?